Hi guys, welcome, and thank you as ever for joining me today on this Monday, March 1st, 2021. I got to count how many live streams I've done, but we're definitely coming up to 60, I think. And it's been a pleasure sharing it with you. Today's pretty special because this will be my second time only trying to do this jack trip thing I've been doing with two other people. So not just duets, but this is going to be a trio. And it's going to be with two of my favorite musicians, Matt Penman and Clarence Penn. Before I introduce them, I want to say hi to some of you in the comments. Steve Temi, who's in DC, Gia Gogatishvili, who's in Tbilisi, Georgia, which is incredible. That still blows my mind. Valeria, Paul James Brown, Molly Shen, who's excited about the Jack Trip Trio, and Haruki Sato, who I believe is in Japan, says we have very sunny days these days, but today will be a little rain in Tokyo. Same here, we've been getting some rain that's been melting the snow. Well, without further ado, thank you all for joining us, and please help me welcome Clarence Penn and Matt Penman. Hey guys.
What's up, Dan?
How you doing?
You know.
Good man.
So let's see, where are you located for our listeners?
Well, I'm in downtown Brooklyn.
Downtown Brooklyn, so you're maybe
Cobble Hill, I don't know.
3 or 4 miles away from me.
I am in Prospect Lefferts Gardens, and I'm in the same building as Dan.
Yeah.
So a question of
You're socially distancing.
mere feet.
Yeah, and you know what's really crazy is we were setting this this situation up, setting the tech up in the last few hours, and crazily, I actually have a better internet connection with Clarence than I do with Matt, even though Matt lives in the same building as me. Those are the vagaries of the internet.
Yeah. It seems random considering the last time we did this, it was a good connection, right?
Yeah, I think that, well, there's a lot of randomness, you know, it depends on other kinds of internet traffic, and who knows? It's a miracle it works at all. This stuff.
It's that Ethernet cable I borrowed from you, man.
Oh yeah, maybe it's the Ethernet cable.
Yeah,
it's
you
my
bought
fault.
it. You bought it at the dollar store, right?
Yeah.
See, my Ethernet cable.
You gotta go to Amazon.
Yeah, my Ethernet cable comes from
The funny
Best
thing
Buy.
is that Ethernet cable I lent you is actually industrial strength, in case you hadn't noticed. Guys, let's make some music. How about, should we play something in honor of Chick Corea to start it off, like Windows, for example?
Absolutely. Maybe do it straight as we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of people have joined us on YouTube too. Daniela B says ciao from Italy. Woodlands of Canada is in Canada, unsurprisingly. And Stevens is in Newport Beach, California. Alan is in Napa. Amazing. Thank you so much to you all for joining us from all over the world, literally. Here we go. This is going to be a tribute to Chick Corea. This is a beautiful song, Windows. All right. Yay, guys. Beautiful.
How's it sounding out there?
It's interesting. It looks like people are really enjoying the music, but some people feel like there should be more bass, but others feel like the mix is perfect. So I maybe will give you a little more bass, Matt, and then let's see. Let's try that. You
Sometimes it
couple
depends
more
on
dB.
kind of what headphones you have.
Yeah, it probably does, because a lot of Matt's sound right now is like very full of bass, and I think if you're listening on a situation that that gives you a good bass response, then you'll probably hear plenty of him. But if you're listening on like smaller speakers that don't have as much bass, then since there's maybe a little less treble in his sound right now, might not sound as good. But yeah, a lot of people are saying the mix is perfect actually, so you'll get a little more bass this time around. Alan Haggard says, how do you coordinate that finish? Matt, you want to answer that question?
How do I coordinate the fish?
The finish.
The finish, I think of that tune.
Oh, the finish.
Yeah, like the ending.
Oh,
Sorry.
I thought he was talking about the finish on the bass.
Yeah, I'm going to turn everything up a little bit. How do we coordinate the finish? Yeah, it's a good question, because I actually don't have any visual of Dan. I only have a visual of Clarence. And so sometimes, like ending a tune, if you kind of know what you're doing harmonically, someone's going to end it with a nod of their head. But I don't know, we relied on a musical nod of the head. I don't know, you just listen and you try and follow each other.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to if it's slowing down. Dan put in a fancy last chord. And
Yeah, that was fun. So that was something like that's completely unplanned. I decided, just based on what I was hearing, to go to an A flat minor or a G sharp minor at the end instead of the normal route, and Matt just immediately heard that and then went with me,
yeah.
because Matt has really good ears.
Yeah.
And that's pretty important if you're going to improvise. Um,
Now this feels like a masterclass.
that's right. That's right. We should be charging much more. Okay, guys. Yeah, let's play something else. Oops.
Yeah, what do you have in mind?
Well, I wrote a tune last night, especially for today, especially for Matt and Clarence, and that could be something to play. Although maybe it's a little similar in vibe. What do you think? Maybe we should play. How about the tune in 7? I think that'd be good. This is one I wrote a while back. A lot of you will remember it. It has a kind of, somebody suggested Squirrely as a title, so I think that's what it's going to be. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this. Squirrely by me, with Matt Penman and Clarence Penn, just for you. You want to bring it in, Matt?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, beautiful. Beautiful. That was really fun. I feel like that tune really worked for the first time, and I think it's because straight eights is better than swing for this tune.
Yeah.
Definitely for this situation. So sometimes, you know, things come out of necessity, right?
That's right,
So,
man.
No,
Necessity is the only way to have invention.
it definitely works.
I
like
think we can I can safely say that swing is harder than straight eights.
Yeah, totally. And that's actually something we were discussing while setting up for today. We tried playing swing time together, and the thing is that when you're playing trio, it's pretty complicated because obviously, you know, with master musicians like Clarence and Matt, the hookup between bass and drums is like this very deep thing, and it's not something that anybody really wants to mess with. And the problem is with this setup, the sound from Clarence has to go to me before it goes back out to Matt, and vice versa. The sound from Matt has to go to me before it goes out to Clarence. So even though stuff sounds really good to me, to each of them, it's a little bit more delayed. And as a result, what we found when we were setting up is that playing swing, which, you know, has a lot more mystery to it, was harder to do than playing straight eights, which has less mystery to it.
Yeah. It's amazing that it makes you realize the extent to which you're like listening to every. Like I'm listening to every quarter note.
Mm-hmm.
Like my quarter note really relies on Clarence's quarter note as well.
And vice versa, right?
And if we're hearing it just a tiny little bit delayed, both of us, then
We're like chasing. We chase
into the
each other.
quagmire. Yeah, it's like we're constantly behind each other, and
Yeah.
but somehow on the even eighth stuff,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's easier to just kind of forge ahead.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be there's like a thesis to be written about that. You know, that's really interesting, and I think again it's one of these interesting realizations that we get from having to submit to this process.
Yeah.
Jane Eyre McDonald asks, still using Jack Trip? And yes, that's what I'm using to do this. It's like a modified version of Jack Trip. And getting a lot of positive feedback on the sound, so glad you guys feel that the mix is good now. I think Jonathan Glass. You guys know Jonathan Glass, right? Who really awesome artist who in non-COVID times would come to every gig and draw you India ink.
I got I got a big picture of his in my house actually.
Oh, beautiful! You have one of his originals?
Yeah, the one he did with when I was with Maria.
Oh,
Snyder.
great, man!
It's huge.
I actually I have two of his too. I have one of me playing with Lee Konitz, our first ever gig at the Jazz Gallery, which is incredible to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a talented guy.
Yeah.
And a nice guy, so I appreciate it.
So he says, "Squirrel inspired great things." It's
All
true.
right.
You guys know I rescued a squirrel, right?
No.
Matt, you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I rescued a squirrel from Prospect Park.
Like a baby squirrel, or
Yeah, he was like an adolescent squirrel.
Like, what do you mean you rescued? You took him to your house?
Yeah, I was walking through Prospect Park, and this little squirrel just came right up to me and just imprinted on me, which is apparently something that happens when squirrels fall out of the nest, because the mother has all these other babies to take care of, and she won't come get the squirrel.
Wow.
And so once they're out there in the open alone, they'll just imprint on pretty much anything. And so this squirrel just imprinted hardcore on me immediately. And it's a long story, but I ended up having to bring him home and nursing him back to health, because he wasn't in great shape when I found him.
And then you released him in the wild, and he wasn't used to the other animals, and then...
Well, you know, I read a lot of squirrel blogs, and it turns out that if you release a young squirrel right as it's starting to pick up its tail, because when they're younger, their tails they let their tails droop behind them. So if you release them right as they're beginning to pick up their tail, which is kind of like right as they're reaching adulthood, apparently then they can really adapt with no problems. So that's when I released him back. But he didn't want to go, man. I would go for walks with him on my shoulder. in the park, and he would just stay there. He didn't want to leave me at all. And when I finally put him back, it really took quite a lot of effort to get him to accept that he would leave me.
Do you ever see him? Does he have a
Man,
kind
I
of-
totally.
I
go
think
to the
he
park,
sent- he
sometimes I
sends
see
an
squirrels
email.
and they're looking at me, and I'm like, Ruben, is that
Is it you?
No luck so far.
Did you guys see the video of the lion that
Oh,
was raised by people and that recognized them sometime later?
Yeah,
You saw that, yeah.
I did. Yeah,
I
Maybe
don't think I've
rounds.
seen it. Yeah, I didn't see that.
yeah. It's amazing. I was kind of like fantasizing about that kind of moment with Ruben, but it hasn't happened so far. And I feel like with every year that goes by, the chances are slimmer.
Maybe Ruben will come when you most need him,
Yeah.
You'll fall through the ice in Prospect Park and he'll be the one like pushing the little ladder towards you.
The little stick, right? The little.
He's gonna be pushing the ladder towards me, but it's gonna be the world's tiniest ladder, which is not gonna help at all. Guys, we have a request for Anna Maria by Wayne Shorter, which I don't know, unfortunately. I bet you know that, Matt.
I could I could play it if you I could know it if you knew it.
How about could we play something else by Wayne Shorter? Like, do you know Iris?
Oh, it's a good song. Yeah, not well enough. Keep calling him.
Well, there's always Fall.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice.
Should we try that?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play Fall by the great Wayne Shorter. Oh, Ann Stevens points out that the picture of me is lagging behind my voice. And that is... Oh, no, that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. Oh yeah, maybe my computer's overheating a little bit. So, that could be.
Ruben sending a message.
Hopefully that'll get fixed. I just turned the fan on my computer, so that should kind of bring it back into focus pretty quickly. Okay, we're gonna play Fall, you guys. With Matt Penman and Clarence Penn. Yeah, you want to bring us in, Clarence?
Where do you want it?
Yeah, guys, beautiful. A nice A natural there at the end, Clarence. I love that when that happens. It's like the perfect note for that B7. Yeah.
Completely intentional.
Hey,
Yeah.
Well, that's why we chose this too.
I wouldn't discount it. Yeah, of course. We chose the tune so that you could play that note on your cymbal. Yeah, wow. This is fun, you guys. I mean, you know, as challenging as this situation is, playing with drums and bass is just, it's great. You know, one of the things I love about what we've been going through here is that, you know, going through the pandemic, is that it just makes you appreciate things again, things that you might have taken for granted. I mean, just being able to play music with other human beings and improvising together already is something that you realize is a treasure. And then, you know, I've been playing a lot of duos, and then playing trios, like, that just feels so much easier. It's really makes you appreciate things again.
Yeah, I hope the people miss it enough that they all speak up, because we really need to get some kind of support for what we do in live music and entertainment in general. You know, sometimes I feel like, you know, everybody's struggling, but
Yeah.
entertainment definitely, you know, there needs to be a plan for what we do.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of what we do, I wonder, Clarence, did you have any connections to Ralph Peterson?
No, not really. I mean, like, what do you mean connections? Like, do I have his email or something?
No. You know he passed today, right?
No. What are you talking about?
He passed. Man.
What?
I'm so sorry to have to tell it to you like this. Yeah. He passed today. I'm sorry. I'm
Whoa.
sorry. I assumed you'd see the news, but I know you've been working all day.
What?
Yeah, he passed today. Ralph Peterson.
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, he just got. I thought he just got married, right? Or he just put a picture up on.
I know he was definitely in good health very recently. I don't know what happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. That's a big. That's a big one. I mean, Ralph was definitely one of my earlier. You know, he influenced me a lot. Him and Jeff Watts at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking, is, you know, how much of an influence he'd been.
Man, for sure. You know, all that stuff he did. I mean, he was. Man, he had one of the first drummers in the modern times to have, like, he had that huge contract with Blue Note, and they let him, you know, he had all kinds of bands. He had Vibraphone band, he had a band with Steve Wilson, he had, you know, he had like all of these groups, and that was like, he was the only drummer period, doing something like that. They gave him, you know, like the right of way to do whatever he wanted. He was a great writer, great trumpet player.
Yeah.
Had no idea. Was he in Canada? I mean,
I don't know where he was, but a few people have commented that
Wow.
apparently he passed of cancer.
Yeah, I know he had cancer. He had been, you know, he had been going back and forth, you know. Goodness, wow.
Yeah, I mean you're a drummer, composer, band leader, so I could imagine that being an inspiration too.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
You know. Wow, man.
He was
Well,
only 58.
thank you for telling me, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry
had
to to drop that on you like
mm-mm,
this. Um,
no.
but
Hmm.
some people are asking if we play something in honor of him. I wonder, maybe would it make sense for us to play something free,
Yeah.
or how about a drum solo? Would you feel like doing that?
Yeah, well, I'll do an intro into the free tune.
Okay, that sounds good.
You know, that's
Yeah,
it's kind of a drag, man. I didn't know that.
yeah. I'm sorry. Maybe yeah. I feel I feel bad announcing it to you like that.
No, that's all
All
right.
right. Well,
Here we go.
um, this is a tune that I wrote only a little while back, and I've never played it before. Um, it's never been performed publicly, and it's just a really simple little free thing, and we're gonna make this a tribute to Ralph Peterson. Carol McGoffin in the comments says he died in North Dartmouth, Massachusetts.
Mm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
Was he teaching at Berkeley?
Yep, he was.
He was, yeah. Yeah. I mean, wow. Influential cat, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I saw him was when what is the winter festival that we have in January?
The
It
Winter
was
Jazz
at
Fest?
Winter
it was,
Jazz.
it was
yeah.
no the one that it was at Lincoln Center. They were doing they do all the panels. I guess that could have been, we did a big thing on Betty Carter. You remember that? You guys remember that? It was. I mean, it's like in everything. I guess it could have been winter jazz,
There's
but
nothing to do with APAP?
maybe it was. Yeah, maybe it was APAP. It was like because there so many of the talks and things were at Lincoln Center.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, wow.
John Newcott. Hi, John. He says it might have been Jazz Reach.
At Lincoln Center. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah. I think that sounds.
Thanks for being with us, all of you. It's really wonderful getting to share some music with the community. Aigu Abrahmanova says, I'm so sorry someone has to hear such bad news in a live stream when kinda another 50 people are watching. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel bad about. I'm sorry. All right, well,
All right.
shall we play the head first and then have you take it, Clarence, or do you want to play before the head?
Whatever you. Yeah, I'll play something a little bit and then you guys come in.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm.
Oh, thanks, you guys. First time playing free music with a trio over Jack Trip. It's amazing how somehow, even though I wrote that song a while ago, a few weeks ago, actually that's not true. I wrote it in November of last year. It somehow felt, and I'd never played it before, and it somehow felt perfect for this moment. And that was a beautiful intro, Clarence. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
John Newcott said, "Beautiful, Clarence."
Thanks, John. Appreciate it, man.
Huh. Well, what should we do now?
What do you feel like playing?
Should we try the song that I wrote for you guys for today?
Let's do it. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. This is a song I wrote last night, and it's specially dedicated to Matt and Clarence. It's written especially for them. And as usual, it doesn't have a title, so if you have title ideas, please let us know in the comments.
How many original compositions have these live streams of yours spurred?
Oh, that's a great question, Matt. I think, I don't know. I have to count them. Probably at least 14 or 15. Something
That's
like that.
nice.
What's that?
That's nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm writing them as a challenge. I really want to. It feels like every time I play one of these live streams, I want to have something new to show.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're a little different from my usual types of composition, where it's like I might have an idea and then like I'll pick up on it a few weeks later and flesh it out and end up like making a whole through composed thing. They're like kitchen timer tunes, very
Yes.
limited amount of time. But it's a really interesting constraint to explore. Actually, Matt's a beautiful composer too. Both Clarence and Matt are great composers, and Matt has one CD that I know well that's on Sunnyside Records. What's it called again? Something about a view.
That CD is called Good Question.
Good question. And is there a newer one of yours?
No.
That's a beautiful record with
wish.
Aaron Goldberg on piano.
Obed, I think, right?
Oh, bad, yeah.
And, and really strong compositions from Matt. Last time we played together, I asked Matt, "Hey, could we do a composition of yours?" He said, "Well, the problem is they're kind of thorny. They might be hard to get together in 20 minutes or whatever we had."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My kitchen timer went a little bit long on some of the writing of those.
10-hour kitchen timer.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hang on. There's a fun fact about me and Clarence is that back when there were CD stores like Tower Records, our CDs were always right next to each other for obvious reasons.
Yeah, Penman and Penn.
Yeah. But it was I always remember when my first record came out, and it was just pride of place, right in front of, I guess, Penn's Landing.
My
Is
first.
that your first
That was
record?
my first record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so
Crisscross,
wait,
right?
yours was called
Clarence was called Penn's Landing.
Yeah.
yeah, and yours was called
Mine was called The Unquiet.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Back when they had CD stores, Tower Records, was it?
Tower Records, yeah.
Yeah, I got there a few times. I actually got a bunch of CDs when they were closing out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
If you guys have title ideas for this song, please let us know. And this is brand new. It's never been played before for Matt and Clarence, and we're going to play it now. Wow, thanks you guys. That was, I couldn't have hoped for a better better premiere of that tune. Brought so much to it, you guys.
It's great too.
Yeah, nice.
Mm.
I like the kind of the modulation to the middle section, to the B section.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
That's
Yeah.
a moment.
What's that?
That's a moment.
Right. Yeah, I had a couple extra bars in that second ending,
Mm-hmm.
and then I felt like cutting them out made sense. You know where it says "to be there."
Mm-hmm.
It was like this.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, I thought it worked to just go straight to it, even though it feels a bit abrupt. But I think
I like that aspect of it actually. That it's, you're almost waiting, thinking that it's gonna do something typical, but it doesn't. It goes right to the section. I think it's slick.
It's good abrupt.
Mm-hmm.
thanks you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Matt, it was so cool hearing you play that melody. It's like perfect. We have some title suggestions. Oh, that's great. Penmanship. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's actually pretty good.
That's pretty good. Guys, I think that might have to win. I mean, I see there's a lot of other suggestions. John Newcott suggests creative direction model. First initial of your first names. That's nice too. I like that. I'm going to write that down. But I think it's going to be hard to beat penmanship. Okay, let's see. Newcott. Creative direction model.
Creative direction.
Who suggested penmanship? Let's see. Oh, thanks so much, you guys. I'm seeing a lot. Oh, that was from Bob McWilliams? Okay, Bob McWilliams. Penmanship. Especially when you consider that, this is all written by hand. I want to look at some other title ideas.
No one got in with anything to do with the old vice president, like pens for president or anything like that.
Which vice president?
Pence?
Pence.
Don't
It's a little.
remind me,
It's
man.
a little punny.
Don't remind me.
Isn't that right?
Jeez. Bill Maxey suggests my CLARMA. That must have something to do with our names.
Clarence, yeah, Matt, and Dan. Yeah.
I don't quite get it though. Marlia Reese says the light yet profound fingerprint of this new tune sounds to me like it is expressing hope. Yeah. Joyce Glasgow says suggests swirl of unspoken emotion for the title. That's beautiful too.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope is good
Um,
too.
Swirl. That's a good word.
And Daniele Prolong says this is her new favorite of my new compositions. Thank you. Ooh, Silvano Raffo suggests sunset and dawn. That's nice too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. It's interesting, like I feel like in this tune we have the choice of titles that have really just to do with kind of the emotional impact of the song, or that have to do with the people that I dedicated it to and wrote it for. Anyway, thanks a lot, you guys. I love it when you suggest names. AJ Shopek suggests Pillows on the Moon. Woo! All right, let's play some more music. Maybe this would be a good time to play sweet talk? Or is that, do we need something a little more up before we do? I think we need something a little more up.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, we've been playing for an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah, I do have class.
Yeah, I was just
so
gonna say, yeah,
I gotta.
Clarence, I know you,
yeah.
you gotta. Well, you want to just leave us and then Matt and I'll play one more, or we could just play one more, the three of us, if you have time.
Yeah.
A short,
If we can keep it short one, yeah,
something,
yeah.
something zippy.
Short and zippy. That sounds good. Yeah. You guys have a request?
Zippy.
Something straight eights.
We could play a monk tune.
Yeah.
Straight. We could play Bayer.
Oh, buy it. Mm-hmm. Or how about well, you need them? Straight eights?
Oh, so cool.
I haven't done it that way before.
What would you say, Matt?
That's totally cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay, we're going to do
Yeah.
Well You Needn't by Thelonious Monk in straight eights, not swung, because that seems to work better for
That's
this.
what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Today.
we don't swing.
That's what we do.
All right, here we go. All right,
guys.
you
Hey,
guys.
cats.
That was a pleasure. That was really a pleasure.
Thank you so much,
You
guys.
guys.
Thank you, Clarence, for taking time. I know this is a really busy day for you because you're in school right now.
Exactly. I'm playing hooky. I gotta get to this next class.
Yeah, thanks a lot for
Thank
playing.
you guys, man. Love you.
Yeah.
Everybody, you stay safe out there, and let's pray for one another, and remember the ones that we've lost. It's gonna be a different landscape, man, when it's over.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh man,
You know?
yeah, it's amazing the amount of people we've lost. It's
Yep.
it's really inconceivable.
yeah. That was a gut puncher. You guys got me on that one. I totally didn't know that one. So
Yeah, I really feel bad, Clarence. I'm sorry.
no. I mean, yeah.
It's one of those things, man.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well, like I said, guys, I'm gonna run the class. I love you guys. You guys stay well. Thanks,
All right.
thanks for everybody for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next side.
Nice
All
one,
right.
man.
All right.
Great to play.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
See you.
Bye bye.
I better bounce too, Dan.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Absolute pleasure, Matt. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Okay. Bye bye. All right. Well, that was a pretty special experience playing for only the second time playing trio. Wow, who better to do it with than Matt Penman and Clarence Penn. I feel like playing maybe one more thing. I'll quit while you're ahead. Trying to learn my lesson. Yeah, maybe I'll just look through your comments a bit. Joyce Glasgow says, "Please finish with a solo." Boy, now I'm very conflicted. Goosopolis on YouTube says, "Straight eighths, fantastic feel." Yeah, it's fun, with monk tunes, they're just so perfectly constructed that actually you can do them in a lot of different ways. Actually, Clarence has a record of monk songs of monk compositions that he arranged in these incredibly intricate, super cool ways. Bob McWilliams says, "Thanks everyone. I wasn't here yet for the tribute to Ralph. Only found out a couple of hours ago. Love that new tune and seeing you with Matt and Clarence." Yeah, well, Bob, maybe it might be worth, after we finish the stream, going back and just listening to that tune. It was about in the middle of the stream, I think. Clarence played a really beautiful tribute to Ralph. And actually, Matt played a beautiful unaccompanied bass solo in there, too. Oh, yes, Frank Geyer reminds me about this subject I brought up last week, which was about changing the day of this live stream. And you know what? I've decided that's a bad idea. I've decided I'm going to keep it on Monday. This is just, it happened this way, that it started to be on Mondays. And in the end, there's something special about it. Even though we didn't necessarily choose this day to day, it's just what came up for us. And now this is it. This is our tradition. Every Monday, I'm going to keep it on Monday because it's just too complicated finding a different day that works for everybody. So, okay. There's a few requests for me to sing, and Joyce requested a vocal improvisation. And actually, my dad is on YouTube, which is wonderful. Hi, Dad. He asks for me to sing something. So, okay. Daniele Prolong says, Mundan. That's really funny. That's really funny. Great. Todd Reynolds says, always a great start to the week. Thanks for joining us, Todd. Yeah, it is kind of counterintuitive somehow to do this on Mondays, but it does feel like a nice start to the week. It feels like kind of an odd day, odd time to do this, but it feels right somehow. All right. I'm going to do a free improvisation with voice. Special request for Joyce Glasgow and for my dad. Here we go. There you go. A little free improvisation to end this. This really fun stream today. I want to say hi to Sam Amadon, who is on YouTube and says, thank you for the beautiful music, fantastic vibe and sound mix. Thank you so much, Sam. Sam is an amazing singer-songwriter, and I admire him very much. So thank you so much for checking in today, Sam. Gooseopolis on YouTube says, amazing, Dan, that intro sounded like Pat Metheny. Some sunshine to brighten the earlier darkness. Thank you, Angus. Marlia Reese says, to reference the neuroanatomist Jill Bolte Taylor, molecules merge even at long distances, apparently, thanks to your Mondays via Jack Trip. Yeah, I feel like there's something, there's some metaphor here for like entanglement, you know, with the spins of particles in quantum physics, that idea of entanglement when we're playing music over the internet. It's not just the internet making the connection. We also have to really play music with a kind of a different type of empathy somehow. And so I do feel like there's some kind of metaphor for entanglement here. It's been an absolute pleasure, you all. I will be back next Monday, not a different day than Monday. And until then, stay healthy and safe. And and I should mention, if you would like to make a donation to support these streams, please go to dantepfer.com/donate, and you can donate on Patreon, on Venmo, on PayPal, or on Cash App. That's the main way. That's actually the way that I support having guests on these live streams, on these free Monday live streams, is with your donations there. So dantepfer.com/donate. Thank you so much to the many of you who have donated already. Really couldn't do it without you. Take care, and